welcome back. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the next part of my emancipation story. So we left off with me deciding that I was just gonna go in the shower and I wasn't gonna bother to engage with this foolish man because that's what he wanted me to do, and I'm over it. I already know by now God's answering my prayers, or he's gonna answer my prayers soon. So you're supposed to leave in March. Stay mad, nigga. Stay mad. So I go into the bathroom now, and I'm using the bathroom. He bursts open the door, and he continues what he was saying that I left in the living room. He starts going into how, I told him to leave, so I shouldn't be asking him to do anything. At the end of the day, I have no business asking him to do nothing for me. Okay, fine. You don't want to do anything for your children? Like, you don't want to help me take care of your children? You have every right to be mad. I'm not saying anything. I'm letting him argue, cuss, whatever. I simply just said to him, okay, I understand. I hear what you're saying. I shouldn't be asking you to do anything. No problem. Okay. Because he sees I'm not engaging, he has to leave the bathroom. So he leaves the bathroom. So I finish now. I get up. I am about to step into the shower. He bursts open the door again. I wrap a towel around myself. I stand. I'm waiting for him to finish. He's basically just repeating himself at this point, just cussing to cuss, because he has no sense, and he's just cussing to cuss. And so I'm not saying nothing. I'm letting him cuss and carry on or whatever, wait for him to finish. When he's finished now, he turns to leave the bathroom. So as he's leaving, I close the door, but then the door catches his heel back. So I didn't wait long enough for him to leave the bathroom, and the door licked the back of one of his heels. The man doubled back in a rage. If he was on 50 before, he was now at 150 because the back of the door licked his heel from him constantly coming into the bathroom. Then now, with the force, he turns and licks the door open. It pushes me back. I backed up, or he flung me rather with the door into the countertop. It was just literally a couple weeks ago that I deleted that picture from my Google Photos of the huge bruise that I had on my backside from him using the door to fling me into the countertop. When I see him get off into this rage now, the children are all downstairs. I call for my son, my oldest son. He was in his teens, early teens at this time. Now, if anybody knows my son is extremely quiet. He's just extremely quiet. He's not an aggressive kid. I'll say that again. He's not an aggressive kid. I've seen my son get mad at his siblings, but he never raises. I don't think I've ever heard my son raise his voice. Let's just put it that way. Okay? When he came upstairs and seen what this man was doing, he yelled and he said, I am so sick and tired of you. Ever since you've been here, this is all you've done. My ex went into the bathroom drawer, and took out a tail comb. For those of you who don't know what a tail comb is, it's like one of those little combs. Every West Indian household has one with the pointy tip at the bottom. Either the tip is plastic or the tip is metal, but the tip is sharp. He took up the tail comb and raised it and started threatening me and my son with the tip of the tail comb. When I seen that, I grabbed my cell phone. He tried to scuffle with me to get my cell phone, but I grabbed my cell phone and I called my brother. Because if it's one thing a narcissist doesn't want, is for people to know their dirty behavior. And this is the same man who had called my brother on multiple occasions, telling my brother things about me that was not true. So I knew if I called my brother, he wouldn't abuse us. My brother picks up right away. As soon as my brother hears the noise in the background, my brother is like, what is going on? I said, this is what I've been telling you. Now, no fault to my brother. But the reality is, when you're in an abusive relationship, most people either A, don't believe you or don't care. Okay? And it's not that my brother didn't believe that I was in a precarious situation, but when you have a narcissist painting a different picture of themselves and of you to somebody, it makes it difficult for the person to believe who's telling the truth. Right? So I don't hold it against my brother for being unsure of who was telling the truth in our relationship. But you see, that day when I picked up the phone and I called him and he heard the way my ex was carrying on and cussing, oh, my brother knew who had the problem that day. Because not only did I pick up the phone and call him when he was in the middle of cussing, but the stupid ass I was on the phone with my brother for about an hour. And the entire time I was on the phone with my brother, my ex was cussing. It got to the point where my brother said, Debbie, is that him still cussing? And I said, yes. Yes, absolutely. This is my life. Or was my life, but at that moment I said to him, this is my life. This is what I've been trying to explain to you that me and these children have to go through. Now, unbeknownst to me, when all of this is going on, like my kids have always had like little iPads or whatever you want to call them. And so my youngest daughter texted my sister in fear and told my sister that her father was carrying on, okay? Then my sister contacted my daughter. And when my daughter got involved, everything changed. Remember, God did not put you here to be beat on by nobody.